give advice to people who are listening to this and they really feel like I want to be the next Levana, like I want to be a physiotherapist, I want to help people, what do you think would be your practical advice for them?
Definitely talk to a physio, like sit down with a physio and ask them, what kind of education do I need? Because that is, you can't deny that you need to get your education to work as a physio. So get a sense of what the education requirements are and then shadow them. Like go and follow them for the day, see what they actually do in the clinic. Yeah. And that was one of the most valuable things for me is I couldn't shadow her specifically, that mentor that I had, but I went and I saw her workplace. She described what a day would look like. And it was really enlightening. I also shadowed at other clinics where I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. And it's interesting because my mentee right now for the YWCA program, like I was asking her, well, do you want to continue next year for a second year? And she's like, to be honest with you, like, I don't actually know if this is what I want to pursue anymore. And I might look into connecting with a different mentor. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. That's what we're here for, right? So take advantage of those opportunities as much as you can.
But how do you find those opportunities? To me, it's like you make it sound like it's very easy, but like if I decided that I want to shadow a physiotherapist, what exactly do I need to do? Do I Google it? Do I need to find some organization?
I Googled physiotherapists. I Googled different clinics and I looked at, well, there's usually with most professions, there's some sort of professional association, Physiotherapy Association of Canada, and I'm sure there's all, so going to those websites and then looking at, okay, well, what do you do, right? And then there's usually options to find a physio or find a dentist, and then you actually have their contact information because it has their clinic information there. So I literally just Googled physiotherapy. I think that back then I was interested in ultimate frisbee, and I wanted to see if there was any physios who worked in ultimate frisbee, worked with ultimate frisbee players. And then pediatrics was another area. So I tried to Google physios who worked at Children's Hospital so I could actually go and see what they do, right? And I got to sit down and chat with the hospital physio and just ask questions about, exactly what you're asking me now. What do you do in your job? Why do you like it? What do you don't like about it?
Were you already a student when you asked the people to shadow them?
Yeah, I started in high school, and then in university I did more because I'm like, well, is this still what I want to work towards? Like at this point too, I was I was debating even just switching majors completely and going into international relations and becoming a diplomat. I wanted to become a Canadian diplomat. And you know what changed my mind? I was running day caps at the time, and there were two kids whose parents were both foreign service diplomats for Canada. And I had a 2-hour-long conversation with the dad just because, it's interesting, Andre, because you're like, where do you find these opportunities? And literally you just randomly talk to people and they kind of show up, right? And his 2-hour conversation completely turned me off, like going into foreign services and becoming a diplomat. And then I stuck with this physio plan, right? So it's interesting. Yeah, it's just kind of getting out there. And then if there's certain areas you like volunteering in those areas, because it connects you with similar people. So I volunteered at a children's hospital and got to meet some therapists there and talk to them. And yeah.
Maybe I would also add that talk to multiple people so that one person doesn't totally destroy your opinion about a certain career, because maybe that diplomat was, I don't know, getting a divorce soon. He really hated this job, but maybe, there's another diplomat right next door who is super excited and he does crazy things and he saves nations.
Really loves his job. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I met, I actually, when I was on exchange for my undergrad, I met people who ended up working in foreign services, and it wasn't, I kind of shut it out, but I was like, oh, it should be interesting. And I went and visited them and saw what they did. And I'm like, yeah, no, this definitely wasn't the life for
Confirmed.
me. Yeah. I made the right decision, not going that route.